Hello and welcome to another session of Sunken Hearts. Last time we saw our characters talk around the things that they had as their agenda, a lot of things to consider, the weirdness of these areas, these caves in the Undertow, these segments there, and how they're built. The one of the missing, who apparently is working in a coffee shop and perhaps poisoning people there, uh, uh, uh,
Training them at the very least.
draining them at the very least. Some weirdness with the goblins. There's still the outstanding issue of the dragon out there. There are a lot of things that are out there in the wind. And of course, we are here at the beginning of the week, Super Bowl Sunday coming up. I know that Lydia has some computer stuff that they're looking into as well. There are a bunch of things that are kind of on the table here at this point. And we are going to kind of start and take up in that once around either like calling a scene with an NPC, calling a scene with a PC, or if there's a particular move to move something forward or change something, we can move to that. So we started last time. I put Lily in the first chair. So Maro, I'm going to start with you.
All righty. Let's see. So last time I went and I spoke with Absalom
Yeah.
and had a rather intense conversation there.
Yes.
And I've got several days before I could go back to speak with them. Um, but that was about, kind
Yeah.
of building these spaces and knowing more about them.
And we did talk about the idea that uh, you can spend 3 bonds to
Yes.
move a tick of sinking.
I think that that's an agenda that I'm thinking of at the moment.
Okay.
So
So how do you want to generate some bonds? Like, what do you want to do?
I need to go and talk with some. The best way is to talk with someone. And I need at least two more to manage to get rid of one of my sunken levels. And if I don't get two more by the end of this session this time, I will go down another sunken level. So there is a bit of a ticking time. Oh, God. Um,
Absolutely. So there are a
so,
couple ways to get bonds.
uh-huh.
One is to narratively like do something, with someone in a way that we can say we establish a bond. Uh, uh, there is support, which if you roll, the 10 plus, you can gain a bond with them. You can also, once per session, use memories to gain a bond. So those are all things that you can do there.
All right. I think I'm going to go speak to Lily.
Okay. Lily, this is sort of we're going to at a point after you've been with Lean and Hungry Mike, getting some arrangements made. So I assume you're in the middle of sort of cheese ball or Schwann's
Yeah,
frozen meal oversight at this point.
yeah, it's cheese balls because remember they got a refrigerated truck for the whole thing.
The
So
truck that fell off a truck, yes.
yeah, the truck that fell off the truck. And I'm just not supposed to look under any of the plastic bags that are on the shelves that are in the truck. So there, I
Yes.
won't do that. So no problem.
Uh,
Um,
so as you're kind of moving some of the cheese balls that you've made into the truck
mhm.
for chilling, uh, 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 Marrow, you will see Lily is working on that right now.
All right. And this is off wherever Lean and Hungry is, or is this?
This is probably actually at your
The apartment.
apartment
Oh,
building,
at
kind
the
of
apartment.
Yeah,
parked
yeah,
around back,
parked
out of
around.
Okay.
sight from the street.
Yeah.
Well, then, knowing that she's down there, I think that I probably went upstairs and have pulled out a couple of bottles of soda, and I bring one down and looks like you've been busy. Would you like something to drink?
Oh, that sounds lovely. But let's go. And she'll kind of step out of the truck back thing and she'll close it and she'll go, there's a funny smell in there. I'm hoping it won't bother the cheese balls too much. I've wrapped them triple thick. Oh, sometimes you
Funny,
just
like how funny?
like that truck has seen some things. So
Oh, ooh, yeah.
you
Oh, I'll pop the top for you and hand it over.
and because what are you working on today?
Well, honestly, I had a kind of disturbing meeting. I was going to look into how people make dents,
Mhm.
and well, the advice I got was to go see Absalom. Have you ever seen Absalom? Met Absalom? Looks like a devil.
Uh, we traded coleslaw recipes.
Hmm. Well, did not go the way I thought it might. Um, he gave me a really dirty eye when he first saw me and kind of looked all kind of freaked out. And he brought up something that I've kind of been putting at the back of my mind.
What's that?
Um, he believes I'm sinking.
I believe you're sinking.
I think that may be somewhat accurate.
Yes. That's why I try to help, but I don't know. Like, because I always say the wrong thing.
Well, he's his opinion was things I do are causing this. But Lily, I feel like there's a part of me that's still there and it calls to me. It it,
Okay.
it touches me. I can I can do nothing. Like just sit in my room listening to music, playing the Nintendo.
Yeah. What game are you playing?
I've been doing um uh Final Fantasy.
Oh, ooh, okay.
But that's notwithstanding.
No, I'm sorry. It seemed
I,
like
I don't think it's the game that's making the difference.
okay.
Though I did feel a little strange on one of those. Never mind, never mind. Um, uh, but I can still feel it at night. I still, it happens no matter what I'm doing. The call, the pull.
The part of you that's in there that's calling, pulling.
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if I sometimes wonder if I've ever really gotten out.
Oh no, you're here. You're definitely here. What is it? What is it that's catching your attention? What is the thing that's pulling it? Why is it that you think, oh, that's where if I go? Is it when you want to escape something? Is it when you want to
No,
find
no,
something?
no. It honestly, it is. It is in my dreams. It is in my thoughts. It is not. There's nothing I do. I mean, there are occasions that I've, pulled at something that might be a little on the side, but not
Yeah.
often. It's more of like there's something wrong inside me. But but he said that he had felt it too, that he had had to fight against it,
Hmm.
and that the way to fight against it is to make yourself more present with people, make yourself more available in this world. And
Oh, oh, I get it. Like when this world gets too boring, right? Because you get cranky when things are boring.
I, maybe I
Remember what you said to Mike? Didn't even make sense. You're not like that, Marlo. You're like the nicest. And you totally snapped.
that's very true. But I think that was a symptom, not a cause.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if I'm going to be able to simply not have this darker nature to myself. I don't think that is totally in my control. But what is in my control is being able to be a part of something that's not that.
Yes.
And so I know we've got the party coming up, and that's very, very important to Suit, and I want to see him be happy for that. But
Do you
I
think
want
he'll be happy?
he may not say he is, but well, it depends on how it goes.
Hmm.
And I am planning to invite Max, so
Ooh.
well, I mean everybody's supposed to come. Max loves a party,
He
but
doesn't
I'm
like me.
he, he can be a little judgy.
Hmm.
But
I like
but
to
what I
think he's jealous because I get to hang out with you all the time.
maybe I don't know if that would be why he's jealous, but I, he's prickly on occasions. But
Yes. What can I do? What can we do together that will make this manifest more easily? I heard
I know
that
we've
word
got
today.
lots of stuff going on,
Mhm.
but I would kind of like to maybe schedule things that are just fun. Like I was wondering if you would like to go to the beach after the party. Not that night. It'll be quite late when the Super Bowl's over, but just
Actually, that would be very fun.
and I'm going to try to be happy.
Why don't we say that we're going to go and look for something beautiful?
Well, I mean, if you go with me, I've already gotten that.
Oh, no, no. It's the night. Be a big party. There'll be lights and people around. They'll be going on for. It'll be a cacophony. It'll be kind of a mess, but it'll also be full of people who desperately want to be in love. They desperately want people to have want them to be around them. All of those things, and they're out there putting themselves out there. That's always beautiful to me.
Yeah. And there'll be people who'll be disappointed and have their hearts broken. And,
That's
that's
kind of.
kind of beautiful too.
Mhm.
Um, so it's
It's a date.
all right.
All right.
Yes.
It just means we have to stop and like get something to drink, a soda, something with a straw at the very least.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Sound wrap up.
Okay. So, boy, you came close to me having you roll inner turmoil there, but I think you skirted the edges of that. So, what we do, this is a scene that is about you building a bond, but we're not rolling support. That isn't what's going on. So, we're not going to be clearing a mood, but you can go ahead and take that bond with
Excellent.
Lydia.
Thank you.
Aldo, what do you want to do?
Uh,
Last time you got to see your sister and a little
yeah.
slice of yourself.
Uh-huh. And that was not depressing at all. Um, I'm just trying to decide whether I should do something or maybe deal with one of these two marked conditions or marked traits or whatever they
Yeah.
are. Emotions. There we go. Uh, yeah, I can't never use fear or calm.
Right.
That's not going to work out real well.
Uh, so, uh, where do you think you go to help you clear that out?
That is an excellent question.
This is a question now. Here's what the thing is. So, with this, because this isn't drained, the cost here is more complications or time or things like that. It doesn't, cut off your source from things like going to clear your drained might.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think I will go talk to Mr. Suit.
Okay.
Uh, this may or may not work out well because
I'm about to say,
there's an
interesting,
interesting choice.
Interesting choice.
bold plan, Cotton. Uh, so, Mr. Suit, where are you this next day that Aldo could find you?
Hmm. Uh, let's let's say he's coming back from like neighborhood grocery store and just has like bags and bags of supplies in his trunk.
Absolutely. And seated next to you, co-pilot, front seat, shotgun, is Puck.
Yeah, again, you don't have to ride in the car if you're not actually going where the car's going.
I am aware of how the world works. Yes,
I'm just saying you're not gonna lose your spot.
I know. And yet here I am.
Yeah, well, if you just keep the hat pulled down.
Yeah, I know. I look like one of those rideshare dummies.
Not touching that one.
Plus, I love hitting these buttons because they used to have buttons where you had to like actually hit them and hit them hard and they would go in. And now these ones are a little more, they got a soft touch to pop between the stations.
Aldo, please come here, please.
Hey, that's a lot of groceries.
It's if you could just grab some
Yeah,
bags.
yeah. Like pile up a bunch of groceries. In like in a way where there's at least a 50% chance I'm going to drop one of the bags. Like this is, yeah. um, but like completely unconcerned that I might drop those bags.
It's no.
One's
Oh,
like
thank you.
the plastic is just hooked over like my little finger.
If you just you don't have to. We can make multiple trips.
This is easier this way.
Oh, yeah, yep, yep. It's
So, do you figure, what are you gonna make with all these?
It's well, I just I can't just serve bowls of candy. It's ridiculous. And so there's some large cheese balls. I
Yeah, but
think it's
there's like ingredients in here. Um as ingredients like as in not finished, not bags of chips.
I cooked things.
I'm not saying you haven't. I'm just saying cooking for a lot of people is a lot of trouble.
So I'm very good with appetizers.
Well, that does sound like what you'd want to serve at a Super Bowl party. So, uh,
And he'll hold up like multiple clinking bags. And I've been stocking the bar.
also, yeah, booze and appetizers, everybody be happy. It sounds great.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Like follow you in and like start putting the bags down on the floor in a way that like requires moving my entire body for each bag because of the way I'm holding them. Uh, but they're all finally lined up. Like, all right. There's not a lot of where do you want this stuff?
Which I admit I've not used a lot of the cabinets in here. Here, let me move some of these dishes.
Sure. So are you in trouble? Like,
No, I mean, it's a big set of responsibilities planning a party like this, but I think I've
not at the party. Like in general.
uh, mm, no, not trouble. Life is complicated sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I'm asking, is it complicated in a way that is detrimental to you and that any of us could possibly help with?
Strangely, not very detrimental to me right now. Um, I hmm,
Because you smell
something
really nervous.
that's oh, thank you for that. I
Sorry,
will
somebody had to
not.
say it.
I did. Okay, good. I'm not going to stop thinking about that. Um, I planning for the party has led to some unexpected complications with the guest list and strangely the island.
Wait, okay, I understood until you added the island.
Did you?
Because, well, I thought I understood until you added the island. Uh, but I think I don't understand.
I'm there are a lot of issues with the island. It's fine for now, but it may be more of a long-term problem. The whole place seems like a long-term problem, honestly.
Yeah. Um,
I certainly I didn't foresee us getting this involved in it long term.
uh, weirdly, I kind of did. I'm not saying I wanted to. Um, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like a thing that you find and then can just walk away and forget about.
Huh. I did not have that foresight.
So, um, what does the island have to do with your party preparations?
It's I may have gotten a little overzealous in putting together the guest list, and there are
Did you invite the
some.
coffee shop lady?
What?
The one that Lydia
Oh,
was talking about?
no.
Oh, okay. Okay, because that was uh
At least I don't think so. There's a special surprise guest. And I thought that sounded fun, but now I'm more worried about the person choosing the special surprise guest.
wait, uh so surprise even to you, right?
That's yes.
Oh.
It's
Um
they promise to be spectacular.
wait, considering the people that are already coming, I'm not sure spectacular seems um like it's probably just going to happen.
I
That's what I
well,
thought you meant about the party guest complications. Um, I mean, think about all of the people we know and how they get along with each other and their abilities to cause havoc just being themselves. So maybe a surprise guest will be a good thing.
maybe I was considering reaching back out to Rodrigo to see if he might have any insight.
Is he coming? I mean, I guess he could. It's I don't know how everybody else is going to react to that, but
I would not suggest he show up there.
okay. I mean, I wouldn't either, but I am not the party expert. No, I think it'll be fine. I think um, adding one more surprise into this mix, I don't think it's gonna make anything more chaotic.
I will either be comforted by that optimism or remind you that you said that.
You can remind me that I said that afterwards if I'm wrong. I will apologize and wash your car or whatever it is you want me to do.
So, are you bringing any guests to the party?
Uh, I mean, not anyone who's not already coming, I don't think. I mean, unless you want me to bring Curia, I don't think that would go over any better than Rodrigo.
Hmm. You know, there's a certain point where piling enough flammable disasters on top of each other starts to sort of cancel each other out.
Uh, um, in my experience, flammable disasters are well, I honestly have only ever really experienced one, but it was bad, and I don't think another one would have canceled it out, really.
Well, no, it's not a matter of it's a very precise balance. You really sort of have to get things ramped up pretty far before they start distracting each other.
Well, I mean, like I said, you're the expert. Uh, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
I, I mean, maybe just if you could, sort of keep an eye on things and people and
I'm good at that.
potential
Yes.
weapons.
I am very good at lurking in corners and watching people suspiciously.
Well, no, no, that's not. This is a party that you are attending, not a party that you're working at, and not a party that you're avoiding.
Actually, I was just volunteering to be like the, I don't know, bouncer, if you want.
Okay, but only if you promise to interact with people as they're coming in. You can't just glare at
Sure.
them.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't gonna be that kind of bouncer.
Okay. And you don't have to, I mean, you should still feel free to enjoy the party. It's a party. It'll be
Um,
fun.
yeah, I'm sure it will be. I do intend to stay sober and watch people also, though. I can have fun too.
I'll leave
Just
that battle
just
to
ahead of
me.
time. So you don't think I'm having a bad time at your party. I'm telling you ahead of time. I plan to stay sober and aware and watch people. It's nothing against your drink mixing.
But you plan to do all that in a way that you find enjoyable and relaxing, in a sort of social vibe?
I will find it more relaxing than the alternative.
Oh, good. And the dancing, of course, is mandatory.
Some line dancing? Because I can do line dance.
That's what I've been told is the culturally appropriate choice.
Yeah, it's everybody knows how to do it. So that's always it's not hard to get a bunch of people.
Good. I've been going to bars for the past couple of weeks. I was afraid people were just sort of telling me that, but they've really
No, it's real. People and even if you don't know, it's pretty easy to pick up.
good. Good. Then this will probably be fine.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're stressing out too much about it. It's a bunch of people who already know, well, most already know each other, getting together to watch a game. See, that's the thing. A lot of people will just be focused on the game.
Oh,
No, that makes it easier.
oh. I mean, I don't want. Yes. Oh, okay. Fine. Yes. It's a central event. Dancing, food around. I'm sure it'll be very. And people will be sociable and they'll
Yes,
talk about it and it'll be entirely memorable.
I have absolutely no doubt.
Goblin
So,
hand comes up in between you two.
Oh, Puck, you're still here.
So it may not be my place to say, but I hope that you have made arrangements for the placement rental of some sort of large screen TV at the place, uh, because you'll need that, and those go quick since it's Super Bowl week.
Is that something other
oh
people would be
yeah,
looking for?
You're in charge of the event, right?
No, I mean, you said that they might be short.
Oh yeah, because people are going to be renting out TVs.
Oh, so what are we talking like 15, 20 inches?
You want a big screen TV.
I'm like putting my hands that space away, like
Yeah,
15 inches. This big.
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
like that requires a couple people to roll it in big.
I mean, have you seen how heavy a TV this big is? They weigh like 300 pounds.
I think you're being deliberately obtuse there, Mr. Suit. I think you should probably check with Marrow about the event center and such. Make sure they've got that all set up for you.
Fine, fine. I don't understand how big they could be, but fine. Yes, I'll look into a big
Good.
TV.
So you're saying that I was helpful in this matter. I will take my Ritz sleeve consultation fee. Thank you very much. Zip.
What? No, no, no. That is my get out of my closet.
Uh, Aldo, uh, do you, this could clear mood, or if you wanted to roll support to help clear a mood for Mr. Suit and potentially clear one for you.
uh,
It's a question of a
actually,
definite,
Mr.
and you
Suit,
don't
do
have to
you
roll
have
or making a
any?
roll.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
not down anything
I don't have
supreme
any,
at the moment.
so I will pick the option without a roll.
Okay. Which do you want to clear?
Uh, Given what we were just talking about, probably fear.
Yeah. That seems fair, given
Calm would be
given
a weird choice after that conversation.
Yeah.
given the
Yeah.
putting out the fire with gasoline song running through my head right now. Uh, uh, let's do Lily, and then we'll come back to you, Mr. Suit, since we just
Okay.
did that scene with the two of you. Lily, let's have you call a scene here.
Okay, well, I'm drained. So I
Yes,
kind of need to go to somewhere where people feel joy. Um, and I found that one of the weird things is one of the most consistently sort of people are full of anticipation and then they're enjoying themselves all evening and stuff like that is when I go to the bars when they're having trivia nights. So I'm going to go do that because I know it's going to be chock full of Super Bowl trivia. So this is the thing of where I can get myself in a good mood and I can see what kind of questions they're asking because I was going to make those cards to put on the tables and stuff. So in case mine aren't punchy. So I'm going in there. I've got
absolutely.
pencils and stuff
And
like
and
that.
this is very early days bar trivia where they had those
Mhm.
like dedicated like
They would
satellite
roll them
hookup
in.
machines
Yeah,
and things and
exactly.
stuff they
Yeah.
had set up for it, very clunky,
Mhm.
some tech issues and things like that. Yeah, let's have you roll. What do
Okay.
you want to roll with here?
So, I mean, I guess I can just put it all on the line, right? Put it in roll with joy. So, um, I think that that makes sense. It gives me the best chance to succeed.
Absolutely. And the worst possible thing if you
If
fail.
it goes terribly wrong. So now all I have to do is find the roller again, which,
The
as we
dice
know,
roller.
the dice roller, the one that loves me so, so much. Okay. Yes, I can see my last great roll, a 1 and a 3. Let's hit roll again and add 3 to it. 8 plus 3 is an 11.
That is an 11.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're going to be able to clear drain. What does that look like? How do we know, like, as the camera is hovering there watching you, how do we know that this is affecting you, that you're taking something from here?
I think what it is that like she's cheering for all the teams, like she's just as excited for all of them and she's clapping with them. And then there's that certain point where you see at the night where one of the people that's there has to leave for work and they invite her over to sit with them and do the trivia. And she's just like super excited because she's sitting there with regular people and she knows that she's been reading all this trivia, so she's actually really good at it. And it's just
Absolutely.
like she's just like but she's not drinking anything. She has like a big fizzy pink drink, but it's not alcoholic.
And while you don't cause, like, you don't deplete this place, how do you know that when you do this, you are taking something? Like this, this is an act of consumption in its
Yeah,
own
it
way.
is. So I think one of the things is that uh I'm kind of glancing like when I get invited over, I sit down, but then I glance over and I see someone else who was actually like at one of the regular tables who wanted to play and kind of was passed over a little bit. They aren't like terribly sad, but they're kind of disappointed. And then I kind of realized that it's really like it's this guy who has sort of a crush on one of the women that's on the team, and I've kind of just, and I kind of get it.
It is the way that fate works. It is the
Yes.
way that your magic works. It causes those kinds of things. It takes to be able to do that. So yeah, you may clear drained.
Okay.
Mr. Suit, what would you like to call here, sir?
Um, I think actually I'd like to continue on with Aldo from
Okay.
here.
Same scene or a different place?
I think later on the same scene,
Okay.
bags are put away. It's been a little while, sort of thing.
Rich crumbs are on
Um,
the floor. Puck is headed out.
so speaking of potentially problematic guests and the island,
Uh-huh.
I I don't want to say this, and I don't want to do this, but I also don't want a horrifying, screaming blood monster showing up at my party. And it really just, the way life is going, it feels like a horrifying, screaming blood monster is going to show up at my party. So I was thinking that we should probably try and look into that more.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, the longer it's out there, the more it can do.
I mean,
So
unless you have a better and less horrifying idea.
I do not.
At all, any sort of.
No.
Okay.
Sorry. I think we're stuck with having to deal with a horrifying screaming blood monster.
I mean, I've seen slash heard it. I feel like it should be easier to track down than it seems like it is.
I was thinking about that, like how can you miss a blood monster? Uh so any idea where to start?
Well, I know where I saw it last. This Tinfoil Venice, a very productive place where nothing bad ever happens.
Yeah, okay. And an Ada goblin, so we know it can do that. Um,
So, I don't know if this is rude or specious to ask, but how are you at tracking?
I, pretty good once I get a good idea of the scent to start with.
Because I mean,
Yeah,
we could do other ways. We don't
it's
have to. I'm not. You don't
no,
have to if you
it's
don't.
cool. It's cool. I don't mind. Um, no, I can track. That's fine. I'm not a spectacular fighter. That's the part I'm worried about is when we
Oh,
catch up with it.
well, yes, I would suggest if it gets into any situation where you think like, oh my gosh, my fighting skills are not going to stand up to this, I will have already been running, and you should probably join me.
So so the plan is to go track it, catch up with it, and then run. Because I think I feel like we should have something that we do to it
Well, the
when we get to
plan
it.
is to find it and try to learn more about it than
Okay.
my last bout of screaming and running taught me.
Okay. Okay. That's a start. Yeah.
I feel like if we can get information, we could make a plan of
Okay.
attack or capture or banishment, whatever.
Fair.
We can figure out something and then do that with better preparation than just driving around
Oh,
hoping to run into it.
okay. Um, so we know who it was, right? When it was a
Which
person.
was it, Macton?
I think it was it was
There is Sanguinus, the Widow Macton, Count Zero, and Lub Daniels. You're fairly certain that Lub Daniels is the one associated with the kennel, that Count
mhm.
Zero is the one associated with the uh weird BBS. And one would think that the person named Sanguinius might be associated with the blood thing. However, it's also the person that is supposedly at that coffee house.
Okay, that's what I
Oh, I
thought.
thought that was Macton who was at the coffee house.
No.
Oh, okay.
So there are options. It could be a by the light of the moon sort of situation, or just a very angry widow.
So okay, we have a pretty good idea of who created it. And we have someone who now owns their like secret hidey hole. You think maybe we should go there and like see if we can figure out anything about it first?
Yeah, yeah.
Or get Maro to go there and figure out anything about it first.
Yeah, we can go check that out first. Yeah.
Because I'm not backing out, but also I don't really want to be eaten by a blood monster.
It didn't look fun, and it did look like it took longer than I would have liked. So should we?
And I don't know if we regenerate into info Venice like the goblin does.
I really, really don't want to find that one out. Should we? Are you suggesting we can go to the island? Is that what?
I'm suggesting we should uh, talk to Maro, who um, like, has that place now. See if he has any insights from it. I don't know.
Let's go see what he says.
All right. Let's take 10 and then we'll come back. Mara, we swing back to you. I wanted to make sure I waited until you took a big slug of that water or whatever it is. So,
Indeed. Alrighty. Well, I had been thinking of doing something with Aldo. Um, Going fishing of a sort, honestly.
do we want to bring the Aldo suit line across with you now?
They certainly could come if
Okay.
they'd like.
So when they show up, where are you at? What are you doing, Mara, when these two appear on your doorstep?
I guess they'll have to find me, and that we're not in a cell phone world. So I think I'm probably waiting for hanging around waiting for Aldo, honestly. So
Okay.
if I see them showing up, I'm probably moving to meet them.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
Yep, yep. I was looking for you actually.
Oh, I was looking for you.
Good timing.
Uh, why were you looking for me?
Um,
Hi, Sue.
Hello.
just so that room space thing that you took over.
Mm.
We think that the blood monster came from there.
Oh,
Uh, I mean,
oh,
there is some obvious connections, but with the blood and all.
you know, that does, yeah, that tracks. Um,
Uh,
We were just wondering if I realize it's new and strange and unknown, but your connection to the infinite cathedral of melodrama might give you some insight.
Well, I don't know. I haven't really tried plunging the. I don't. I don't know if I really have even. I haven't gone back there, but there is a. Yeah, I mean, Aldo, do you sort of feel your place no matter where you are?
Yeah, I mean, if I think about it, I can tell, what's there and uh what's going on there. I mean, admittedly, it's not much. There's some dogs wandering around. I know where the dogs are. But I mean, that's good. I feel like I would know if someone else got in somehow. But I'm not sure. I haven't tested that.
Do you think there's a way to get in other than going to the island?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we could. I could try. I could take y'all. We could go into mine and see if I can find something out about this.
Yeah, let's test it. I mean, if all else fails, apparently we end up in Tinfoil Venice because that's where you go if you accidentally miss your target, right?
Yeah, right.
And we
I
were planning on
should
going there anyway.
I should go change shoes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've greatly
Big rubber
decreased
boots would
the
be good.
blood,
That's true.
but
Just less.
some sneakers might be good.
Just anything better for yes, liquid and running.
Hmm.
Yes.
May I, for the sake of completeness, say that as you two are going and getting your shoes and getting changed and getting ready to come back to Marrow, that Lydia, your something's going on senses go off. You're muted.
Sure, I'm walking back from the trivia thing and I see Mr. Suit's car parked, and I notice that that our goblin friend is sitting there in the passenger seat, like waiting, like we're gonna go somewhere at some point. I sort of stop and go, "What's going on, Chuck?"
They were talking about going somewhere, so I went ahead and got in the car.
Oh, okay. Well,
Even if they don't go anywhere, it's a nice place to sit.
okay. And so I'll open up the driver's seat and sit, like,
I,
in
I
it.
think you should probably go talk to him. You actually don't want to be in the car right this second.
Uh, oh, okay. I respect your
What's the phrase?
yes.
Hot boxing.
Hmm.
Deal
Oh
is getting
my.
worse all the time.
Mm.
So yeah, I think she's sort of like, she gets the door closed, she pauses for a moment, she takes a step, and then like she's trying not to run away because it was pretty traumatic. But each step gets faster and faster until she is pretty much running up towards the stairs looking for at whose apartment the others are at.
So yeah, Mara, as you're kind of getting ready, I think we see Lydia poke her head in.
Oh, hi, Lydia.
Hi, what are we doing?
I think we're going to go visit my spot. The
Oh,
Yeah, Aldo
we're
and
gonna
Suit
go,
have.
we're gonna go to the island.
Well, I think we're going to try and see if we can get in without having to go there.
Okay,
Aldo
so
has a thought that maybe since we're connected to it,
mhm.
we can open to get there directly. I don't know if it'll work, and if not, then we'll probably have to drive, but we could at least give it a try.
Okay, well, let me go get my box of software. I'll be back. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. And you can hear her running up the stairs, and then a pause, and then running back downstairs.
Well, yeah.
All right, I'm ready. How are we going to do this? Think good thoughts?
Once everyone's there, I mean,
Aldo, Mr. Suit, when you come back, Lydia is there looking like she's ready for an expedition.
Mm, perfect. Lydia,
Nobody has a wardrobe, do they? Just open it.
red galoshes or plaid?
Oh, plaid.
'Cause
All the
I'm worried
kids
about
know.
the pocket square and the. You sure?
And she sort of stops and she goes, definitely plaid. All the third graders agree.
Hmm. Couldn't listen to the first half of that.
Um, well, it's a door that opens up into our places that is inside of the island. Maybe if I concentrate, I can open up a door anywhere. Maybe
Ooh, okay.
worth a try.
How do you want to do this? What's the sort of, we talked about water as being the medium for these kinds of things. So what is it? How are you doing this?
Let's see.
I have a
Um,
ridiculous idea, but
Didn't she have like a tub full of water?
that's what I'm sort of thinking.
Okay.
There was a tub inside of there,
Mhm.
so I'm
yeah.
going to, pull the curtain around my tub and start the shower going, but I've got it plugged. Huh.
All
Okay.
right. I I think that you can do that. You can get this set. And if it were anybody else, I might have them make a roll, but you have a number of gifts tied to the undertow and creating things from it and pulling things. And this would be the kind of thing you'd only fail on an absolute miss. And I don't even think you need to roll for this because I do think that you are able to very clearly to yourself. I mean, you can see the reflection and you make a doorway. It is a door here. And you realize that you can do this because this is your space. Like this apartment is yours. You're not under stress. You have a controlled environment. And so you're able to do this with ease. You know, you if you were trying to do this in a rush in a hostile place, there would definitely be a roll.
Oh, yeah.
But here you can just slide on into it. It is even less defined than it was before. Like you made some changes to it, but just like the most basic kind of things to kind of void some things out and some things clearly you didn't care for and stuff. And so it is almost like a stage at this point. That kind of we've got sort of curtains and we've got sets and things, but it's very unreal when you come into it.
Hmm, I like it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
And the others can follow behind once Marrow has opened that doorway up.
Ooh. Oh, it's dark here.
I, I'm not much for glaring sunlight,
Oh,
no.
I know, but
Well, and I'll kind of concentrate a moment and we'll get kind of a spot or two popping in.
Absolutely.
and I think she'll step into the spotlight, do the flourish, because she can't help herself. So,
Okay, so the hope is that we can learn something about the blood monster, and y'all think that might be sanguineous.
maybe
Or
if
like
she's split and there's the blood part and the Julie part.
part of her, made by her, double of her, something.
Transformation when the moon shines bright or something? I don't know.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I
Like
don't
a
know why
wear
I hadn't
tick,
thought about that.
like a wear tick or
It's like a
something.
really obvious answer.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to begin laying out some, you know, space. And I think I'm going to have that, maybe that tub, which is still kind of incongruously here.
Okay.
It's almost like it's a focus of the space that I have yet to be able to really alter.
It seems to have
It
been reinforced by the fact that you used a tub to get here.
right. I don't think it's blood in it any
No,
longer, though.
it's
And
more like iced tea Kool-Aid, like raspberry iced tea color at this point.
it's fading. Um, and I'm going to begin moving, and I'm like shifting some of these like backdrops and such like to kind of make a scene around it. Um, that as much as I know of Sanguinius, I'm kind of bringing in aspects of that, and I'm going to finally use this damn move. I'm going to call to the ocean.
Absolutely.
Can I try and help out?
Well, we do that. Uh, Essentially, we have him roll first, and you can do the support. Um, you could do support now if you want to clear a thing, but otherwise, it's essentially creating a bond. We'll go through that.
Gotcha.
Uh, Mara, what do you want to roll this with?
Um,
Only got joy marked.
that's true. I I think I'm trying to tap into whatever this Sanguinius was and would cause them to do something so terrible.
Absolutely.
Um, so I'm going to kind of be drawing on my sorrow.
All right. Let's
Um,
have you roll.
righty. I've got a 9. I could use that help suit.
Dude, how are you
Yes.
supporting?
So, I think it's sort of comes out of where I have the follow the threads and the freeze assets moves. Like I have these ways to follow connections between things, and I suppose it's the drama of the place that we're in, but I will pull out like a pen or something out of my pocket and prick a finger as a little like dot of blood wells up from it and then sort of bubbles out and expands into sort of a figure of a tiny figure of that monster roaring and just about to chase me and Puck, and I will hold it there for a moment and then drop it in the blood in the tub.
Sure. What do you want to roll that with? Power?
Uh, Actually, yeah, that does make sense. 8.
Eight. So that is enough to give them +1. Uh, so Marrow, you will hear that voice again, and it says, finally. And then this thing will come through, and it is about 6.5 feet tall, and it looks like a figure draped in a soaking blood red cloth, and you realize that you have actually called this thing up, and this is the thing that has been talking to you.
Oh, it is the
Mr. Suit, you will see that monster there. is standing in the tub.
No, 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 no! I just made a little one. Are we?
Well,
Are we? I'm running. It's. Are you not? Where? Why are you people
Don't
still standing
worry.
there?
no, no, don't worry.
Bindings are holding.
Yes, so solid.
We are in your former place, but it is now mine.
This is how the circle is made.
That is interesting. This
What
changes
is,
the question I was going to ask.
I know.
Well, let's get directly to the thing, I suppose. Tell me what the plan your coterie has been working. Why have you done
One
this ritual?
question, start again. Be very careful with your wording, Marrow. I will answer truthfully, but ask your question with care.
What is the purpose of the ritual that you have been enacting?
Do you want to rephrase that?
What is the purpose of the ritual you have enacted?
I I am here and I'll give you one last thing. I have not enacted a ritual. Start again. A ritual has been enacted, but not by me. So, what is your question, Marrow? I want us to be friends. Mr. Suit, why don't you come a little closer?
I can hear perfectly fine from over here, actually.
What is the purpose of the ritual?
The ritual is made for someone, one of the ones, to become a taker, to ascend to that power, and to do it in a way that would entrap three of the four, thinking that they would be potent, powerful things now. But they were turned, twisted, burned, and abused by this, and they have changed mightily. And that is part of the price that was paid for the chrysalis of this taker. Does that answer your question?
It does, and I'm sorry. You made a foolish decision, but I am sorry for what's happened to you.
No, 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 no. We are changed. We are transformed. We are not what was there before. And we are at your service right now. I hope that you will call us up again.
You are dismissed.
And it will say, because I think at some point you're going to want to stop me in what I'm doing. And then it's gone.
Well, So we can guess the three that have been changed, and we can guess the one who is trying to become a taker, who is in that process. The widow.
So, what was the New Year's message again? I mean, you all remember it. You told me that it was all doom and gloom, right?
Things need to change, or there will. Things are going to change, actually, I think that's what was said, wasn't it?
Everything has to change, I believe is the message.
Everything is going to change. It is all going to come to an end.
Everything is going to change. It's all going to come to an end.
Aldo, what is your response to this? I am curious. We saw Mr. Suit. We see Lydia's concentration on this. Like, if the camera pans over to see you, what do we see?
Uh, I think like while they were talking, it was like frozen in between wanting to like attack it and knowing better, um, uh, and wanting to run away. Um, and then I think like making sure that I remember this thing's smell.
Okay, definitely a weird sort of copper and raspberry smell.
It's a memorable combination.
Remind me of Julie at all?
No, it's more the weird mix of blood
Bud and
and sweet tea.
weird.
So the barista, which the, the barista was a woman. Is that
She,
right?
she looks like a young woman, yes.
Now, I mean, it's not beyond the thoughts that this would change, but Widow Macton and Sanguinius were women. Zero seemed beyond those constraints of gender.
Love seemed pretty male, yeah, male.
Certainly male presenting. Do we think then the barista is Zero?
Mm,
Did Julie look like any of them?
As I described her before, she looks like Sanguinius.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so
I think she's the
so
piece of her.
hmm,
That's how it felt like to me. I mean,
so a
We know,
split that created this thing and has left a more human.
mm,
we know that the at least Count Zero could create partial copies of people. So maybe that's what uh, Julie is, just a partial copy
There's
of
also
whatever.
assumptions to examine. That thing talked around all the specifics that it could.
Yeah,
It seems likely that Love is a pack of dogs and Zero is a basement fire. But Did that thing seem burned or broken or twisted to you? Twisted, maybe, but it didn't seem lessened.
Is that your fear or is that it?
I don't know. It just didn't seem like a cost paid. It didn't feel like it.
This is the first time I've heard it. It's spoken to me for weeks.
Wait, what? She sort of stops. What do you mean?
There would be occasions that I had something speaking to me. I had thought that it was echoes of the Undertow, but it was this.
So Julie kind of like pulls the energy out of you, Was this thing kind of trying to pull you under?
I mean, it kept tempting me to call upon it.
Was it coming in your dreams? Is that what you were talking about?
No, I was fully awake when it would it would come generally in moments of stress, I will say that. Kind of when we were dealing with the dogs, it suggested it could help in that moment.
So it just really wants you to summon it?
Possibly. I was in a
Can't be
very
good.
good position to control it here. I it, I can call things. This just seemed much, well, obviously it was in the right situation for this to be what was called. But
Certainly seemed like it wanted you to need it, which can easily lead to you owing it.
owing it or not having a binding that's strong enough to contain it.
It it was connected to you before we ever came into this room.
Oh,
Is that
long,
what you're
well,
saying?
yes, long before this, yes.
When? Do you remember?
Mm, well, Lo, did I hear it more before we came into the house, or
You've
I don't?
heard it since the very early days. It has
Yeah,
since the beginning. It has whispered every once in a while.
yeah. Since I've returned. I mean, there are other things that'll occasionally whisper to me too, but
Did you ever meet it? So, how did you make this connection? How did it make this connection?
it. Well, I don't know. I may have passed near it on my way out. Was able to latch on. It is in a very shallow part of the Undertow, and I'm in a very damp part of the land. So a lot of
Makes sense.
things can kind of bleed over.
Hmm.
Everything is going in circles and we don't have time for any of this. Is there a door out of here?
Uh,
Lol.
Well, you could take the boat back into the house, or you could use the tub that you came in through.
Yeah, boat back towards the house.
I would suggest we know that there's the other two, and both of you have connections with their spaces.
Yes.
Mhm.
Maybe you should try to talk to them.
Should I?
I think we need to go to the other one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where I'm heading.
You wish to go to the locked door.
I am going. I'm in the boat. I'm going to
Oh, you're
explore.
moving.
This is happening.
Oh,
This has
oh,
happened.
I
He
okay.
is making his way to go.
All right. Well, okay. I'll run to catch up.
Okay.
Oh,
It's no problem since you have control over the physics of this space.
he can walk as long as he wants, but you're right behind him.
Boat is really far away.
But yeah, you can punt back uh, uh, into the body of the house and make your way into that narrow hallway. And again, there is the sort of servant stairs that go off to Aldo's space, and the stairs downstairs into the kitchen that lead to Lydia's space, and then the door at the end that is locked.
Are you planning to try and open the door?
I'm going there, grabbing the handle and turning and shaking the door.
Absolutely. Why don't you roll stay strong for me?
This will probably be fine. Just at the moment, he's a little more annoyed than anything else. Sort
Okay.
of going on a rush of adrenaline and anger at the moment. Oh wow, that's an 11.
So
Ooh.
I think that you will twist and turn at this knob, and you will feel the door reach back and begin to fuck with your magic and fuck with your gifts. And you can feel it reach into you and look around, and it finds that gift that you have for freezing assets, and you can feel it begin to enact that contract against you. And you will resist that
Hmm.
and pull your hand away. You will realize that this is not a normal door. It's not a simple lock. It it requires something. There is there is something to this, to getting in here.
It's not a room, it's a contract.
Are you sure?
Contract?
Something. Something's been prearranged. It's
So
looking.
place is prearranged, Mr. Soup.
If you think it's a contract, there's something I might could do.
Be careful. It's looking for something.
Hmm.
It's not sleeping.
Okay. I am going then to try I got two choices here, Lowell. Um I got destroyer and I've got shattering. I sort of like the fun of playing with the wording of destroyer.
Well, there is that, because shattering won't work because that's only for,
Non
uh,
changeling.
yeah,
Um
you'd have to mark
I
sinking to do that.
That's the first one of my session.
Well, that's true.
Um so I'm going to attempt to break the contract if it's a contract.
Absolutely. I am here for this. Would you please roll stay strong for me?
Lowell said in
Yeah.
his most comforting voice.
Guts, no glory. I think I'm going with power.
That seems reasonable.
Come on. That's a 9. Anybody
That,
wish to help a little?
Sure. I
how
will help.
would you help, Lydia,
I
with
would
this contract breaking magic that Marrow is invoking? Do you have something similar?
secret admirer.
Okay. Tell me about that.
So that's essentially I can help someone. So when I secretly help someone, I roll, and yeah, and it helps.
Let's have
Uh,
you roll. What do you want to roll that with?
Joy, because it's Morrow doing it, and he's gonna show Mr. Soup that he can handle this
This
stuff.
would be a really bad time to roll snake eyes.
I know, it super
Oh,
would. So, but I want it to be that way because Mr. Soup is always full of puzzles and he acts like we're so foolish all the time. All right, here we go. I'm rolling. I'm adding 3.
woohoo!
Wow.
15.
So
That's the power of love.
you will hear that contract break, and then you will hear glass shattering. You will hear the sound of a crystal palace exploding as glass fragments behind that door, like you hear the sound of 1,000 bowls in china shops as it just gives way. And then the door comes open.
That's a good sign.
And
And
sand comes out.
no, it is a dune. Have you ever seen the movie Stalker? Uh, there's a there's a beautiful moment in it where they're in this room and there are these dunes of like they're low dunes of sand and dust that are there, and the figure's kind of standing in them. It's like you're in a big cavernous room like that, but it
Mm.
is filled with broken glass. It's high, like the ceilings are high. It goes up, and then there are just these piles of broken glass, sharp edged, beautiful, crystalline, heavy glass.
Well, looks like you broke the contract.
Broke a
Was all
lot of
the stuff.
things.
I want to make a study roll.
Yeah, I would make a study roll.
Yeah, that's exactly
Uh,
what it is. Thank you, Patrick, for finding that picture.
That's cool looking.
Picture that the picture that Patrick has just shared, but broken glass
okay.
everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
I will screen share for people at home so they can.
even though this is 0, I think it says power, not my own power, but confidence. Like, hey, these two just like did this amazing thing. No,
Sure.
maybe this is less dangerous than I thought. I'm sure I will be proven wrong in about 2
Yeah,
seconds.
now let's be clear. Lydia was doing it on the sly, was helping on the sly.
Oh, okay. So I think
Nobody
that
knows.
No
She
one
did-
knows. No
we,
one,
we,
okay.
even Lydia
Yes.
isn't certain with those
Right.
boxcars that
So
she
I have
actually helped.
entirely unwarranted confidence in Mr. Suit's ability to master this
Oh,
room.
yeah.
Okay. And it is very unwarranted because I just rolled a 6.
Just roll the 6. Do you have a
No.
bond you want to burn?
Oh, I do. I have bonds. I've been hoarding bonds.
Yeah, you've got
See
some.
the tab.
Mm.
Where is it?
Got Marrow,
Yeah.
Lily, and Allie.
I'll burn the one with Lily seems appropriate
Okay.
since I don't know that she's alive.
So your question is, what was this?
Yeah, all this glass. Like I'm
I,
looking for shapes in the glass and figuring out what
I
it.
think you kind of move, and again, like it's crystal glass, but as you know, once you get like a certain depth of that, like it refracts in such a way that you
Mm,
can't like see what. But I think as you kind of move along and you're looking, okay, there are some bigger pieces here and things like that, and you step very carefully, very, very carefully because it is all sharp and edged and like you don't want to put too much pressure down even on your boots. Here, you certainly don't want to fall, slip in any way while you're in here.
I'm glad I'm in the form that is wearing shoes.
Yes. Um, this was a house made of glass with rooms and furniture and decorations and things all completely made of glass of I mean a house multiple stories and there may be identifiable pieces or things or stuff here but it's so buried in here under these piles and such um, it it is a space not unlike the other space that kind of weird now it has kind of been unmade.
People have a weird thing for houses that within houses within houses.
Hmm.
Get the feeling they just found one house design that they really liked and said, this is all houses.
I wonder if it's based on anything.
What is
It'll be a
talk
lot of
about a
cleanup to get this
chrysalis?
place usable. Did you say something, Marl?
Zagreus said something about a chrysalis. Um, one would think that
That's
somewhere
like a
in here,
cocoon, right?
right, that the fourth is in a chrysalis in the process of becoming a taker. One would think that's in here somewhere,
Well,
right?
Bob wasn't in his area, was he?
No, he had abandoned his, but it also was unlocked.
I think Rodrigo said it was somewhere in the city, but it
Mm.
was not very clear.
I'm afraid I might have broken most of the clues that might have helped us.
Hmm.
Well, was that what was supposed to happen, Mr. Soup?
I don't know. Lowell, is there any sort of like sense of an unmade connection reaching out? Like the others, when we went into the other room, seemed to have a sort of intuitive feel for reaching out to the room.
I think that you can tell, like, whoever made this room, not unlike Marrow's thing, and not unlike the others, like, there was somebody who consciously made this and created this, and it was a launching off point, but they're not attached to this anymore. And there are threads of the 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 space itself, its shape and its space within the like because you are sort of in the undertow like this is a magical place this is not in the real world here. What would you like to do, Mr. Suit? how would you like to try and explore or contact or take control of? Would you like to put this room on?
Um, hmm. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know.
Okay. What what do you want this room to do for you? You saw Lydia kind of take charge and pull that other room back from where it was going. You weren't there while Alda was there, so you're not sure how that worked, but you definitely saw Morrow kind of impose his will on the space, making it what he wanted. What is it that you want?
I guess I'm still curious about sort of what this was, and we've had this connection through the houses in tinfoil Venice, this like standing mirror over and over again.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Let's
if
have you
this
use
place
your,
was another that house, is
yeah.
there one of those mirrors here?
I think that you can do perhaps something of what you did in Tinfoil Venice here, mirroring the past and present with your glamours and using that to create a mirror of what it was. Is that kind of the thing you're looking at?
Yeah, yeah, I think it would start auditory
Okay. Let's
because we heard it. So basically, I'm trying to make that the sound of that breaking glass in reverse and follow it that way.
let's have you make a roll. What do you want to roll this with? This is we're rolling your kind of your glamours as the fictional positioning here for this.
Uh, well, I've had a moment to stand still and my heart rate to go down, and everything's weird. So I think we're back to fear.
Okay, let's have you roll. Look at you.
10.
That sound was loud. It was horrible and it went on so much longer. It's so much worse in reverse because the logical symmetry of hearing things fall and crash into things is reversed. We are in the other side. And I think that what you all will see is Mr. Suits creates an illusion of this place like coming back together. And it is a glamour at first as it starts to reverse and come back. But then the material of this place, of this space, is drawn to the images that Mr. Suit is drawing. And it it will reassemble. It's slow and it's painful and it is exhausting, Mr. Suit. Uh, uh, what what mood do you want to mark that kind of defines this space for you right now?
Mm, I do think it would be fear.
Okay. And it will come back together. It will come back into this room and it actually kind of steps up. It's very kind of Danish modern design. a walk up in, with open air and like the kind of open plan steps and things, the thing that will strike you as you walk in is that when you walk into the room, kind of step onto these steps that go up, the glass frosts. So, like you can see forward, it's transparent, but when you step into a room, the glass frosts so that people can't look in at you and you can't actually look out.
Hmm. Is it an actual cold effect or is it a texture effect?
Just a texture color effect here.
Hmm.
Um, and you will begin walking up through this place. There are perhaps more wardrobes here than Mr. Suit you think there actually were before. Because there's a wardrobe in every room here now.
Yeah, I have a feeling it was seriously under wardrobed before.
Yeah.
Are there glass suits inside?
God, please say yes.
Oh, absolutely.
That's so upsetting.
And like the other things, when you take them and put them on, they frost over.
Oh God, but they're like malleable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely he comes out of one of the frosted rooms wearing a glass suit.
Hmm.
And I think you will wander through this place. You will notice that there are no mirrors till you kind of come up. It's like a three-floor place, and it kind of comes back up. It's weirdly designed. Uh, a little bit like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of those sort of Japanese sort of style apartments that are built inside a big tall space where it kind of keeps moving upwards. But it it does. And it's almost like as you're coming up, there is a garret, the classical gabled room at the top of the house, a garret. And where you would expect there to be a window, looking out, instead, there is a table, a dresser table with a mirror that's sitting there and four stands, each with masks. These are the only things you've seen that are not made of glass, but they are brilliant, brilliant masks. They look so lifelike. They are so perfect. And they are the masks of Bane Becky, Faustina Knox, Aladdin Song, and Shining Cellar. Masks of the Four Dukes.
They're like mortal faces or they're changed
They're
faces.
changed faces.
Huh. That's not good. Marrow,
Yes.
what do you know about masks?
Uh, just the normal stuff. What? I guess I'll move to see what you're talking about.
Ah, that is a shame because these are not normal.
Oh, oh, oh dear. Didn't someone warn us that one of the One of
One
the
of the
lords.
dukes was suborned.
Huh.
And one of
One
the
is
hands.
beholding.
Pardon?
And one of the hands.
And one of the hands, yes.
One of the dukes of one of the hands.
But
All of them.
not a matched set.
This is just the dukes. And they're all here. Hmm.
I'm gonna pick up the masks and examine them and see if basically I'm looking for signs that one of them has been used.
They've all been used.
Okay.
They've all been used. But I think you know that someone has put on these faces, tried them, practiced with them, all of them, but you can't tell which one they settled on. But you know that the Widow Macton is one of the dukes.
Okay.
Aldo, do the
Mm-hmm.
masks smell of the dukes? I'm guessing you smelled your duke.
Absolutely.
All
Does that mean one
senses,
of
huh?
Yeah.
these is actually someone's face?
No, they're a glamour, right?
I hope.
Well, if they were masks and they chose one, wouldn't they be wearing it?
These are practice.
Hmm. Oh. Ooh, ooh, icky thought. Um,
He is Mr. Suit after all.
Absolutely. Because Mr. Suit, this looks very much like the kind of magic you are very familiar with. Why don't you roll inner conflict for me now, sir, and mark XP?
Hmm.
Hey, you're going to get a move.
That's cool. Well, it's not any of those. I guess it's sorrow. I can't be afraid, so I'm sad. All right, cool. That's 6.
That is a 6. So would you please mark sorrow? And I do think that there is a bit where you're standing there where Mr. Suit is kind of looking at these and has that realization. And I think all of you will start to hear the cracking as this around Mr. Suit, the room begins to crack and splinter like it's going to give way. What do you do? Marrow, what do you do? You're muted.
not good. Not good. Suit. Suit. Um, I'm backing away. Actually, I'm probably grabbing suit. The place is starting to crack up. What's going on?
No,
Uh, Go ahead.
it's tied in. It's all just peeled off. It's hanging and waiting. It's coming.
We should probably back out. We should probably get out.
Stay strong, Marrow, to get Mr. Suit and everyone out of here before anything untoward occurs.
This feels like fear.
Okay.
Oof. That's a 5.
That is a 5. Do you want to burn a bond?
No.
Okay. Does anyone have a bond
I
with
know,
Marrow?
I'm looking,
I
I'm
can.
looking.
I have a bond.
Okay. So that'll take it to a 6. Lydia, do you want to try and use your help move?
Yeah, I will try to use my help move.
Okay. This
All
would be a
right.
great time for you to fail, by the way.
I know, it's such a good time. I'm gonna roll. Um, and I'll use power because I used the move previously and it went well. So, but it is no +3 that I'm adding to it.
Okay.
So, okay, sorry about that. I just
Yeah.
gotta find my thing. Roll again. So that gives it 10.
Okay. So
Nice.
you're able to get out and removing Mr. Suit and his emotional turmoil from this place will slow that cracking.
And I want to be clear, it doesn't seem like I'm particularly helpful, but I actually am helping a lot. It's just,
And the four of you will get out. I think by the time you're coming down those steps to come out, what you're leaving behind is like cracked footprints in the stairs that I think you can feel like those will heal over time, but that turmoil is certainly reflected in that room.
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
Good job, Marlo. You got this under control. And I'm Dr. Mr. Suit. Mr. Suit, I don't know. Are you okay? When we get out of there?
Well, I a person, but on a are any of us?
I think that that's for personal assessment, which is why I'm asking you about yourself.
I suppose internally it's I mean everything's still there, but you know everything around us is cracking and shattering and falling apart. So that's great.
Well, let's close the door on that then, and I will push the door like more firmly closed, lean against it, and look at the others.
Oh, the fuck was that creepier than the blood room? Because that was creepier than the blood room.
Whatever. So the widow Macklin is impersonating one of the dukes
Uh-huh.
while they're becoming a taker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that seems about yeah.
This is bad.
Who said that?
Um,
It's not going to stop. Um, huh. And we don't really know how to figure out which one it is.
Suppose we could try ripping all of their faces off.
We really have to get lucky and it be the first one.
yeah.
Say
I
it was a
don't know if
good
we'll have
way.
many second chances.
Hmm, still, now we know. And if they know that we're onto it, we might get different behavior. Does that make any sense? They
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
tip their hand.
Rodrigo had said something about one of the hands also.
Not the same hand.
Yeah. Um, so if this person is impersonating a duke, who is impersonating a hand?
So they're just suborned.
Yeah,
Does it mean
not
that they're
necessarily
being
impersonating.
Ah,
impersonating?
okay.
Yeah. So I
Good
think
point.
one of the things that's interesting there is if we know it's Widow Macton that is wearing the mask of the thing and that one is suborned, let's see here, it would be a thing of who knows something about Widow Macton, like has had a experience with them that they might be able to recognize or sense them or somehow know about that. It just seems like the sort of person that would have enemies.
It does feel
She
like a
does.
good logical next step.
Do
I
you
know
know
she has at least
someone?
one.
Oh,
Most people have denied ever being close to any of them.
Who were you thinking, Aljo?
Curia Vervain.
Oh, wait,
Huh.
is that one of those witches of the
One of the
city?
witches. Yeah.
But not like the witch that Marlo and I met, or that I met at the cemetery, right? That's a different kind of witch.
I mean, they're all witches, but I don't know. It's more, I think, clans, factions, clubs,
Yeah, yeah. Types of
teams.
magics.
Covens.
Covens. That's a good word. Yes, covens.
Oh, they have a word for it. Nice. Okay. Um, so maybe we can speak to them and say, is there something that they have that could, like, identify Widow Macklin no matter how they're disguised or something?
I mean, she's been mixed up with the witches at some point, and I think I
Did she
remember she
screw
stole
them
things from
over?
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. See if we can get their help getting revenge.
This feels like a good place for us to actually stop. We've gotten a lot on the table, a
Mhm.
lot of things here. I do want to say here, I just want you to imagine for a second that this thing here I'm holding in my hands, this box is a hard move. It's a hard move from Mr. Suit's thing. I have a little hard move shelf here that Tyler and Patrick made for me. It's right underneath my screen. This move is going to go and sit right here, right now. I'm saving that for later. I just wanted to tell you that that's there. But Mr. Suit, once you're out of that place, you can feel it. Like you can now, the others have described being able to kind of reach and feel into that space, and you can. And I think you can begin as you would to reorganize and redecorate, right?
Hmm.
Just
Does that
like that
glass
your
suit come
glass,
out with me?
yeah, the
Oh yeah,
glass with its
absolutely.
glass
It, well,
labels
and
on it.
it, well, and here's the thing is, you know how when glass kind of shatters but doesn't break and it gets that spider web? That's what the
Hmm.
suit looks like now. It looks like a brilliant glass suit that is spider web cracked.
I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, it absolutely moves with you.
Nice.
Uh let's do XP. Um,
Oh, real quick, I
yeah.
took a new move.
Oh,
Uh, and screw that. At the session's end, to choose two allies. They may each clear a marked move. So who has Mr. Suit and Lily can clear a marked.
and
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
thank
what is
you.
that
Thank
move
you.
called?
What is it called? Flocksway.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Eh,
That's a great one.
Good, because I got a lot. Let's see, which one seems the least? I'm going to get rid of fear, I think. Fear. Or
I'm
no,
going
I
to
probably
think.
fear's better. You're no, I thought you unsunk.
I didn't get a third bond.
Can I give you one? I did two super extras. Don't I get more than I would think that?
I was going fishing with Aldo, but we ended up in the house.
Okay.
That is how these things work.
Oh,
That is how things work.
Can we unsync you?
Well, if I get that third bond, I'll pull myself back. I'll still,
Okay.
You'll be where you were, yes.
yeah, I'll be back up to where I was. But I mean, I was going to be doing this flip regardless.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just means that because I've dropped, I will lower my reputation this time as well.
uh,
Oh,
Oh,
did you fill the whole box then?
yeah.
So you're actually down another level. That clears your track, which means that like you are definitely deeper and you can't come back from that level. Like now you're a deeper level.
Mm, 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 mm.
You can clear ticks, but you can't. Uh, if you want to, Tyler, because we did kind of cut it short. And you did do the work to get two of the three bonds. I'll put it on you. If you want to burn those two bonds, I'll let you stop that tick here.
I
That's
will do it. That
I'll give
was
you
the intent.
I want to give you that autonomy to make that fictional choice about what you want to do.
Okay, that was the push.
Yeah. So
All
if you
right.
spend those two, and what do you think that looks like? Like how is that energy keeping your head above water?
So that'll. I'll still go down to. Went back up to a 3. I can't go to a 4, but I'm holding steady there.
Yeah.
And I think that it's. We kind of see we've gone home. We've pulled back, and I think as I'm laying down for the die, I think we see me in my room, and I think there's like the sound of the roiling sea, a storm, the waves. I'm tossing as I'm looking at this storm across the ocean, and then I see Lily and Suit, and I begin moving towards them, and as I do, it gets a little lighter in this dream as I kind of waving and running over towards them.
Nice. I think you're going to get 3 XP because we hit I think hit all three of your things. We kind of referenced
Mhm.
Absalom. And all you had to do was hit two of them. So let's do that. Um, uh, I'm kind of doing a little bit different for the XP here right now, just rather than going through all the questions. Uh, I think that we had interactions with Marrow and we talked about Ali Doges, didn't we, Aldo?
Yeah.
Yeah, about your fears on that. So let's give you the 3 for that. Mr. Suit, we hit on a bunch of your stuff today, so I think 3 points. I think we touched on Abyssinian Max, Curie Vervain. We mentioned Roques, so all across the board there. Uh, and I think we had your
We definitely had Morrow, discussed Lean and Hungry, but we didn't have the Eldo, Simulina, Pilchard thing. We just
yeah,
aren't like right in her
right.
her space right now.
So 2 points.
Okay. Take 'em.
And it is going into Wednesday.
Have you told anyone who you've invited as a special guest, Mr. Suit?
No,
So
no.
yeah, Stars Wishes, Marrow.
Oh, wow. This was very eventful, really tense, a lot of cool things. Um, I, wow, I think I thought that Lily and I's conversation was very nice. Lily was very supportive. Um, but I've got to say, Patrick, I really liked the kind of decisiveness of going to that route. That yeah, this has to stop sort of feel this I'm going, the drive for that. I thought that was good. And then between you and Lowell, the sort of rebuilding and the idea of the crystal house and all of that was really cool. Wishes. I I'm so I'm really excited about what we're doing. I don't have huge wishes. I want to see a little more party planning just because I
Yep,
think the party's super cool.
absolutely. We'll get some 24-hour party people here next time,
Woo-woo. Raising the roof, as it were.
as it were, as the kids say.
As
Uh,
the kids
Did they
say.
say that yet? Are they saying that? I don't know.
I think so. In fact, actually, I think that's probably
Okay.
from way
Really
even
on the
dated by this
upswing.
point. Aldo.
Um, Start like everyone's very creative use of moves. Um, like I Mr. Suits like multi multi mirror future as I I am still not clear on what exactly that was, but it was a very cool use of a move, and then your description of the place was both very cool and also somehow creepy. So perfect, exactly what I think you were going for. Um, I enjoyed the conversation between Marrow and Lily early on. That was very cool. Like the most emo way possible of asking someone out.
Awesome. Mr. Suit.
Yeah, this was very neat. The very kindly horrifying blood monster and the really upsetting masks, especially. Um, Sherry, I enjoyed Lily and her secret admirer move. Like it was a fun one to move into, but I also like how afterwards on each one you were like, "Oh my God, you did so well! You're just amazing. Good for you. Did it all by yourself." That was just that was great. Um, and I did enjoy the conversation with Aldo in that like it's just the thing of you seem very not good. You seem like things are not good right now. Are you okay? What's happening? It was very nice. Um, and Tyler, I it's I feel for you, but I'm enjoying like you playing around here with the depths of that sinking and just being on the precipice and like desperately trying to juggle those resources is very interesting. Um, wishes. I looked at maybe doing it this time. Maybe I'll have a better chance to do it next time. I would like to reach back out to Rodrigo at some point.
Okay, that makes sense. Like that definitely feels like something that has to happen before we get to the party. Yeah.
Hmm.
Lily?
Um, oh, uh, this was good. We had a lot of um, what do you say, a lot of good relationship moments, and I thoroughly enjoy Lily and Morrow uh, because they are inarticulate at each other in the strangest way. Her with all of her enthusiasm and certainty, and he with all of his um, yeah, with all of his not those things. And it's just really, I don't know. It feels real to me, though it does feel kind of like that 14, 15-year-old, real, but I think that's about right for them at this point. There's this crazy house is really, really interesting set of, no, what do you say? Uh, Analogs to our internal selves in some ways, the sort of unformed darkness, the brittleness for suit, um, the strange wilds for Aldo, and the just a really complicated set of signals going back and forth for Lily. I mean, it's kind of neat. in that way. And I don't know, I'm enjoying pulling all those things together. I'm enjoying seeing these ideas interacting in the story. But I do have to remember, and I apologize to you guys, that there's these other relationships that I have that I need to bring in so that I can keep up with you all. So I'm gonna work on that. Besides, Eldo needs to be tortured by Semolina more so that we can go and, get to fisticuffs over alley doges. I will be there with you, Eldo, when it happens. By the end of this, I want to be the one in the group that's gotten in the most fights, okay?
Excellent. Sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, I am going to stop the recording.